So top four cars moving on. Look at Donnie Schatz up, hustle to the top side. Schatz trying to make it 3 wide for the second spot down the backstretch. Donnie Schatz up on the wheel. It's hard to believe it's been a month since we've raced here. We look back 2 months ago since the Knoxville Nationals, and this is the last event of the 2012 season. Man, where did time go? About 5 months ago, we're rolling in here, kicking off the sprint car season. We've gone through that with Terry McCarl winning the 410 track championship and Clint Garner in the 360s. We've moved through the Harris Clash, and now we're into the late model nationals. In a minute, I'll introduce our guests, Tim McCready and Brian Burkhofer, a couple of guys that have won this event before. And it's going to be interesting to talk to these guys and see what they have to say about late model racing and being back at Knoxville.
Everyone had to wonder, would the tires hold up for the remaining green, white checkered laps?
And as you said, everyone was wondering that. Sammy Swindell coming to the white flag. You can see tire smoke on the one. It maybe looked like that right rear was starting to go down, so we were wondering up in the booth, is the right rear going to hang on? It did, but he came home in second. Man, what a tough break for Davey Heskin as he had to retire in a late yellow with rear end problems. But how about some of those slide jobs between Ian Madsen and Brian Brown late for the lead? That's why we come here every week to the Knoxville Raceway. 1 week later, Nate Van Haften started on the pole of the 360 feature, and he saw a very low but very fast groove. He'll take third off of turn number 4. Schatz is on the move. Casey Mack has second. Donnie Schatz is all over the tail take. He'll drop down to the inside and try to power past him on the inside. Donnie Schatz to second. The first 360 feature event in the month of June saw the rookie Carson McCarl sit on the pole of the 18-lap A-main event. Very impressed with him. Jesse Stovall, another guy I'm very impressed with. I know that he hasn't spent a whole lot of time in the past in the late model, transitioning from that modified from Galena, Missouri, and moving in. Very successful modified career, just like Terry Phillips, very successful in the modified, trying to make that transition into the late models. That would be Wayne Johnson's 7th career 410 win here at Knoxville. Unlike his ASTS national counterpart, Wayne was tuning up for the Knoxville Nationals coming in August. The following week, he'd be back here racing his 360 after making an overnight tow from Little Rock, Arkansas. Hello and welcome to Knoxville Raceway Raw. I'm your host, Blake Anderson. As you can see, we're not at the racetrack this afternoon. We're right here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame as a late afternoon rain shower forced us to cancel this evening's races. So to quench your thirst of Knoxville Raceway racing action, we're going to take a look back through the season with the 360s and the 410s. The opening night of the year saw the World of Outlaws roll into town with the Knoxville Raceway 360s. In the 360 feature event, Dave Hall and Tom Lenz set the pace early. We talked a little bit before the race. You're hopping in so many different race cars. When we talk next week, you go back home and you run Super Dirt Week with the modifieds. What's the adjustment like hopping between the modified and into the late model, and then you run the Chili Bowl as well to run so many different cars? Does that help you in the late model, or does it kind of hurt you a little bit?
Well, anytime you can race, you're gonna get better, and it opens your mind. It's easy to get closed-minded on any type of division you're in because you don't look at anything else.
That would be Wayne Johnson's 7th career 410 win here at Knoxville. Unlike his ASTS national counterpart, Wayne was tuning up for the Knoxville Nationals coming in August. The following week, he'd be back here racing his 360 after making an overnight tow from Little Rock, Arkansas. After he got all those laps last night, probably learned a lot about the track, and he said these late models don't get a chance to run here very often. Usually we have an IMCA Deary Brothers event here throughout the year. Well, this year we didn't have that, so some of those IMCA guys from the area, like a Daryl DeFrance that made the event a couple years ago, doesn't get that head up on the competition to run laps, and Daryl a couple years ago made it, and that's such a big feat to make this because those Deary Brother events pay $2,000 to win. Well, you make the field here $2,500 to start that A-main on Saturday night. It's incredible. Week 4 saw John Egan get his shot to start on the pole of the 360 feature, and ASTS national contender Jason Johnson was back again to pick on the locals. Standpoint, is this one of the faster tracks you guys get to go to? I mean, we compare, obviously Eldora is very fast, and we're looking at you guys turning, times in the 17-second range comparable to what we're used to, sprint cars. For you guys being almost twice as heavy as a sprint car and to turn a lap time within a second or two of the sprint cars, that's absolutely incredible.
This place is sticky. When they got some stick in it, it's probably.
Week 2 saw Dave Hall sit on the pole once again at the 360 A-main event, but Jason Johnson was in town tuning up that Roush Yates Ford engine for the 360 Nationals.
Saw a lot of locals run very well tonight.
Yeah, locals ran well. Sammy Swindell led the first 5 laps, and another former track champion, Kerry Madsen, made the pass, I believe, on lap 6 and never looked back. It was great to see Davey Heskin in that 4-year drought from victory lane. The racing review continues after the break.
60 Nationals.
Well, it was a fun night. Congrats to Clint Garner and Tony Schilling on the 360 wins. And Terry McCarl, win number 52 for the 24. We'll see you right here back at Knoxville next Saturday night for 410 Twin Features. Jack Hodenshield. Row 3, the 1K of Kyle Larson and the 2X of Dustin Morgan. Row 4, the 5W of Lucas Wolf and the 13X of Paul McMahon. Ed Lynch and Austin McCarl side by side to the green. Whoa, Austin McCarl coming down and coming together with the big cat Brad Sweet. That opens the door for Kyle Larson. Now Paul McMahon into the 6th slot. The big cat out of the loop. Now he's in the 5th, but your leader Ed Lynch Jr. 2nd McCarl, 3rd is Hodenshield. Side by side for 3rd. Here comes Kyle Larson. He'll take 2nd. No, McCall battles back on the top side. Meanwhile, Ed Lynch is really pulled away. Smoke out of the 2L of Ed Lynch. Remember, he changed his motor during time trials. A lot of smoke off of Ed Lynch in the 2L. He continues to show the way. Now the big cat Brad Sweet applying pressure to Kyle Larson for the 4th and final transfer. Sweet rides the ram and brings her down to the inside. Larson trying to challenge the wild child, Jack Hodenshield, for the 3rd spot. Austin McCarl, how about that? A good run for AMAC. He's in 2nd down the back chute. Here comes Jack Hodenshield closing in on Austin. That's your racer 2nd as Ed Lynch clicks another out. 4 down and 6 to go. Lucas Wolf all over the tail tank of the big cat Brad Sweet. So Ed Lynch Jr., Austin McCarl, Jack Hodenshield, and Kyle Larson, your top 4 at the halfway point. Then 5th, Brad Sweet, 6th, Lucas Wolf, 7th, Paul McMahon, and 8th is Dustin Morgan. 9th right now, Danny Smith. 5 down now, 6 down, and 4 to go for the Apollo Rocket. Ed Lynch trying to back a lackluster qualifying effort up in his eyes with a heat win to lock into the A-main. He is really pulled away here in heat race number 4. Ed Lynch with a dominating performance with 3 to go. His lead at almost a straightaway. Jack Hodenshield again challenging Austin McCarl, but McCarl hanging on to the 2nd spot. Hodenshield still 3rd. Larson rounds out your top 4 at the tip of the green. 2 to go for Ed Lynch Jr. Now smoke out of Hod. Jack Hodenshield out the pace. The big cat Brad Sweet to 4th. Yellow for the drive line. Yellow. You can see the drive line on the front stretch about straight out from the Eagle Motorsports sign. Ed Lynch Jr., Austin McCarl, Kyle Larson, and Brad Sweet, the top 4 looking to transfer to the A. 2 laps to go. We're back to green. Larson posing a challenge. Here comes Lucas Wolf. Wolf goes side by side to race for the transfer down the back chute. Big cat Brad Sweet in the yellow 49. Wolf in the orange number 5W. White flag flies. 1 to go for Ed Lynch Jr. Can Brad Sweet hold off Lucas Wolf? Here comes Paul McMahon in the 13 car. Sweet holds Wolf off by 2 car lengths down the backstretch. Final 2 left-hand turns. A race for the transfer into turn 3. Wolf buries it. Big cat on the top side. Who's it going to be? Wolf side by side to the transfer. Give it to Lucas Wolf for the last quarter pass.